Mumbai, the commercial capital of India or the nerve center of India's fashion industry, is also known for its massive flooding. With the first showers of monsoon, while many states of the country rejoice, Mumbai, on the other hand, feels quite the opposite. For most of Mumbai's inhabitants, monsoons are a new round of struggle with the city anticipating its mood, enduring its wrath, and negotiating its whims. Almost every time it rains, the residents of Nala Supara to the north step out of their home into knee deep water and wait to work, while in the eastern end, the single story transit housings begin to sink and families throw out pails of water to keep their homes afloat. The picture is similar in the central part as well, where the families stay busy stacking up their belongings, most valuable on top, as they watch water through their walls. But the question is, why does Mumbai, the most cosmopolitan city, the financial powerhouse, gets flooded every year? Here's why. Mumbai, as we all know, is a city located on the coast of Arabian Sea and is the capital city of the state of Maharashtra. Being a low-lying and saucer area, it always gets flooded almost each and every year. But do you all know how was Mumbai formed? Let's have a look. Mumbai is actually made up of 7 islands, namely the Isle of Bombay, Kolaba, Old Woman's Island, Mahim, Mazagaon, Parel and Worli. The East India Company, through the process of land reclamation, merged the 7 islands and formed the present-day Mumbai in a span of 150 years. This is crucial in the context of Mumbai flooding. But how? Urban flood is the root cause of this dreadful disaster. In simple words, urban flood is defined as an overflow of a large body of water not usually inundated. Mumbai happens to be under the influence of several causes that leads to this periodic disaster. Breaking its all-time record of the highest 24-hour rain in August, the Kolaba Observatory recorded 293.8 millimeters of rain ending at 8:30 pm on Wednesday the 5th, highest in 46 years. The southwest monsoon plays an enormous role here. Heavy rains to a magnitude of more than 240 millimeters are almost of a regular occurrence in Mumbai at the onset of monsoons. However, after the monsoon sets in and moves into its active phase, the situation is conducive to the occurrence of very heavy rains over Mumbai when they are collectively a result of development of low pressure belt over the sea, and as the folks say, global warming is causing an intensive rise in sea levels which results in high tides during the monsoons in Mumbai. Closely associated with this is the hydrological cause. The Methi is a river on the island of the city of Mumbai. It is a confluence of tailwater discharges of the Powai and Vihar lakes. The river is seasonal and rises during the monsoon, contributing a large share in the flooding. The natural drain of Mumbai, the Methi, is under serious threat. The Methi has become a veritable sewer choked with domestic and industrial waste. Thus, the Methi is sweet only in name. Over the decades, the river has been ravaged by pollutant settlements along its banks and governmental neglect. The stormwater drainage of the river is encroached upon by a large number of hutments, storages, processing industries, scrapyards, and workshops situated along the banks. These settlements make it difficult even to define the path of the river. Direct discharges of the untreated sewage wastewater and the industrial effluents flowing into the river and choking it up, thus raising the level of water during the heavy rains. Also, the catchment area of the Methi River has been reduced due to extensive reclamation of land, contributing a lot towards the flooding along its path. Further, the elongation of the runway of the Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport came over the path of the Methi, which often changes its path. So what happens is, when during rainfall the water runs down with great pressure, the water, instead of changing its path, it climbs above the land surface and penetrates into the city, causing flood. This brings us to the role of humans or the anthropological cause. Mumbai's existing stormwater drainage system has largely contributed in the inundation of the city. The island city's drainage system is 140 years old and outdated, designed by the British. At that time, most of the island city was green. The drainage system was designed considering that 50% of rainwater will be going through the drains and the rest will percolate into the ground. But today, the very system of drainage has failed miserably. The drain network can drain only 25 to 50 millimeters of water per year, but draining 280 millimeters is virtually impossible. Perhaps the drains are heavily silted and punctured at many places as well. The gradual concretization of open spaces has meant that the percolation of water doesn't happen the way it used to be. Thus, the menace of concretization strongly confirms that the flooding in Mumbai is here to stay unless proper planning is done. The rapid process of the concretization of the city, with its many roads and towers, has resulted in very little space left for water to percolate on the ground and to spread laterally and horizontally. Thus, it is evident that the problem of Mumbai flooding will never be solved unless the ambitious endeavours of the civil authorities to make Mumbai a walled city comes to an end. Thus, these factors collectively take responsibility in causing some massive flooding in the city of dreams. Perhaps the phenomenon of flood is tied with a series of inevitable events. Outbreak of epidemics like leptospirosis, submergence of the land, damage of crops and livestock, and above all, huge loss of life and property. Every year, when it rains, Mumbai travels through time in the past to the year of 2005. 26 July 2005, the day Mumbai stopped. The city received roughly 994 millimeters of rain in a day, making it one of the deadliest days in the history of Mumbai. 15 years from then, the situation has not yet changed much. It is high time that the government and the civil authorities take enough actions to rescue the city from the furious flood mechanism. The Brihan Mumbai Storm Water Drainage Project, commonly known as the BrimSword, is one of the few initiatives that might be instrumental in curbing the menace. Thus, to quote Amitav Ghosh, Mumbai is like a finger sticking out into the open sea. If a superstorm were to hit Mumbai, Mumbai would have no defenses. The storm surge would go straight into the city. Perhaps the alarm has been yet again rung this year. Now let's wait and see when does the civil authorities wake up to the call and take some serious actions. Thank you for watching. Please support our channel. It's new. Keep watching GeoEasy for more of such interesting contents.